Yahweh's Mammon or Yahweh, Part 2. Yahweh's response. His people love the lie. Who is one who would give you a traveller's lodge in an uninhabited land, so I might abandon my people and I might walk away from them, because all of them are adulterous, an exclusive assembly of traitors. They tread to bend their language, they bow the lie, and it is not for fidelity they triumph into the land, because one wickedness to another wickedness they proceed, but me they do not acknowledge. 2 Timothy 2:15-16 declares Yahweh. Let each one beware of his friend, and do not trust on every brother, because every brother surely is an impostor, and every friend goes around informing slander. And each one will imitate his friend, but they do not speak the truth. They taught their language to speak the lie. They weary themselves to do it distortedly. You are to be oppressed by the interest on a loan. In the midst of the treacherous deceit, by treacherous deception, they refuse to acknowledge me, declares Yahweh. Yahweh responds to the wickedness. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, here I am, smelting them, and I will prove them, because what I do, due to the presence of the wickedness of the daughter of my people. The language of treacherous deceit is a deadly arrow. It speaks peace in his mouth. With his friend it speaks, but with his insides it sets up his trap. Shouldn't I hold them accountable about these things, declares Yahweh? Or should myself in the flesh be avenged on a heathen mass that is like this? Raise a weeping concerning the mountains, and a lamentation concerning the homes of the uninhabited land, because they were burnt up without one passer through, so they do not hear the sound of livestock. From the birds of the heavens, even unto the quadriceps they were started, they have left. And I shall turn Jerusalem into stone heaps, the lair of reptiles and the cities of Yehuphah. I will turn into devastation without inhabitation. Yahweh's case against the non-acknowledging Yehuphim inhabitants of the land. Hosea 4:1-6. Heed the word of Yahweh, O sons of Israel, as a contention of Yahweh exists against the inhabitants of the land. Hereafter you, as there is no faithfulness, and there is no kindness, and there is no acknowledgement of the mighty ones in the land, there have broken out cursing, Allah, and falsely denying and murdering and stealing and committing infidelity, and incidents of bloodshed participate innocence of bloodshed. Therefore the land will mourn, and all the inhabitants in her have grown feeble, with the animals of the field and the birds of the skies, and even the fish of the sea will be moved away. However, let an existing man, the Elish, name professing believer, glad tidings of the truth, neither agree, nor let him criticize, or my people would be like ones contradicting a priest. 2 Moshe 22:28. Yet you, inhabitants of the land, shall stumble daily, and the preacher with you also shall stumble nightly. Then I will resemble your points of departure. Yeshayahu 8:11-12. My people, sons of Israel, have been made to resemble ones having no knowledge, because you, inhabitants of the land, have rejected the acknowledgement of Yahweh, Yahushua. So I will reject your inhabitants of the land from being priests for me. So your inhabitants of the land will have forgotten the instructions of your mighty ones. Footnotes from this above couple of verses. LXX shows this was Strong's 0119, not 0120, a difference of only vowel points. Alternative meaning of Strong's 0517, meaning as the situation is backwards, the truth will resemble a heresy to these. And 16 LXX shows this was Strong's as above. Yeshayahu 66:12-22. So I will disdain ye for the sword, and all ye will bow down to the beast to be slaughtered. For I call you to witness, but ye did not testify. I spoke the word, but ye did not listen attentively. And ye made the evil one in my eyes, and ye chose what displeased me. Yirmiyahu 7:13, the lie, 2 Thessalonians 2:7, plus other verses. 13. Due to this, thus said my sovereign Yahweh, see my bondmen, they will eat, but ye will go hungry. See my bondmen, they will drink, but ye will go thirsty. See my bondmen, they will rejoice, but ye will be ashamed. See my bondmen, they will sing from the joy of the heart, but ye will cry out from the anguish of the heart, and ye will wail from the brokenness of the spirit. And ye will leave your name for a curse word for my chosen ones, and the sovereign Yahweh will put to you death. But for his servants he shall be called another name, that the one invoking blessing on the earth will bless by the true and mighty ones, and the one taking an oath on the earth will take an oath by the true and mighty ones, because the past troubles will be forgotten, and indeed they will be hidden from the eyes. Because look, I am creating new heavens and a new earth, and the former things will not be remembered, and they will not come to mind. Because instead, rejoice and be happy, witnesses of the testimony that I am creating, Yahushua's Yahweh. Because here I am, creating Jerusalem a happiness and her people a joy. And I shall be happy in Jerusalem, and I shall rejoice in my people, and there will be heard no more in her the sound of weeping, or the sound of a cry of distress. For there shall no more be a suckling infant of days, or an old man that does not fulfill his days, because the youth is a son of 100 years of age who dies. Even the son of 100 years of age, incurring the penalty by sin to become cursed. Also, say 1 Moshe 2:17. And they shall build houses, and they themselves shall inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, and they themselves shall eat the fruit. They will not build and another one inhabit, they will not plant and another one eat, because like the days of the tree of life are the days of my people, and my chosen ones shall enjoy the work of their hands. 2 Corinthians 4:18. Not considering ours the things seen instead, the endless things not seen, for the things, wealth, personified. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it's actually 16:8-18. But it's all squashed together for some reason. I don't know what's going on with the editing. And the sovereign, it was all looking nice, but yeah. And the sovereign commanded the uprighteous house manager because he had performed cleverly. For the sons of this age are craftier than the sons of the light for their own generation. So I say to you, sons of this age, make friends of the sons of the light for yourselves, from the fortune of unrighteousness, in order that when it shall be absent, you may be received into the perpetual dwellings of the sons of the light. He who is trustworthy for the least thing is also trustworthy for abundance, and he who is unrighteousness in the least thing is also unrighteousness in abundance. Therefore, if ye have not been trustworthy with the unrighteous, or God, even favour of fortune, who will entrust the truth to you? And if you have not been trustworthy with God, the infinite favour of fortune of another, who will give you your own? So know how servant is able to serve two sovereigns, for either he will hate the one, and he will affectionately love the other, or he will cleave to the one, and he will despise the other. And Pharisee also heard these things, being lovers of silver, and they scoffed at him. So he said to them, hang on, I've already read this bit. Why am I reading it again? Okay. They must repeat in another passage of scriptures, because that makes no sense. Where's the video? Oh, it's because the video's disappeared. That's what's gone. No, there's a video there. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. It seems like it's repeated. I definitely said it was doing some weird stuff, because it's all squashed together, and the numbers even aren't right here. But anyway, the numbers are right up there. Yeah, 4. This is 16:18-18. So this is another lot of scriptures. Far out. Don't know what's happened there. Sorry. Anyway, so he who is trustworthy for least is also trustworthy for abundance. He who is unrighteous in the least is also unrighteous in abundance. Therefore you have not been trustworthy. And if you have been trustworthy with God, the infinite favour, fortune, another, who will give you your own? Know how servant is able to serve two sovereigns, for either he will hate the one and he will affectionately love the other, or he will cleave to the one and he will despise the other. You cannot bondserve Yahweh and God, fortune. And the Pharisee also heard all these things, being lovers of silver, and they scoffed at him. So they said to them, Ye are those who justify themselves in the sight of the sons of Apham. Yet Yahweh knows your heart, because that which is exalted by men, fortune, is a detestable worshipping image in the sight of Yahweh. Since the time of the law and the predicators until Yakahanan, when the reign of Yahweh is gladly announced, everyone treats it violently. Yet it is easier for the heavens and the earth to pass away than for a single accent mark of the law to fail. Every wife of his who is dismissed and marries another commits adultery, but everyone who marries a wife divorced from a husband commits adultery. Fail to rectify my brothers, indeed the good pleasure of my own heart and supplication to Yahweh on behalf of Israel is for deliverance. For I bear witness of them that they have zeal for Yahweh, for not about acknowledgement, for they do not acknowledge Yahweh's justification through belief in Yahushua the Deliverer, and seeking to establish their own justification, they submitted not to the rectification of Yahweh, since the anointed is the accomplishment of the law unto rectification for everyone that believes. For Moshe thus writes of the justification which is the law, and keep ye my decrees and my laws, and the humans will accomplish them, even he shall live by them. I am Yahweh. Load video. Yeah, see, video's meant to be here. I don't know what's going on there. Yahweh's response is, people love the lie. Who is one who would give me a travel lodge in an uninhabited land, so I might abandon my people and I might walk away from them? Because all of them are adulterous and an exclusive assembly of traitors, and they tread to bend their language to the bow of the lie. And it's not for fidelity they triumph in the land, because from one wickedness to another wickedness they proceed, but me they do not acknowledge, declares Yahweh. Let each one beware of his friend, and do not trust on every brother, because every brother surely is an impostor, and every friend goes around informing slander. And each one will imitate his friend, but they do not seek the truth. They taught their language to speak the lie. They weary themselves to do it distortedly. You are to be oppressed by the interest on a loan. In the midst of the treacherous deceit, by treacherous deception, they refuse to acknowledge me, declares Yahweh. Yahweh responds to the wickedness. Therefore thus says Yahweh, here I am smelting them, and I will prove them, because what would I do due to the presence of the wickedness of the daughter? Their language of treacherous deceit is a deadly arrow. It speaks peace in his mouth. With his friend it speaks, but within his insides it sets up his trap. Shouldn't I hold them accountable about these things, declares Yahweh, or should myself Nefesh be avenged on a heathen mass that is like this? Raise a weeping concerning the mountains, and a lamentation concerning the homes of the uninhabited land, because they were burnt up without one passing through. So they do not hear the sound of livestock from the birds of the heavens, even unto the quadruples they were startled. They were startled. They have left, and I shall turn Jerusalem into stone heaps, and lay of reptiles in the cities of Yehuphra are turned into devastation without inhabited. Yahweh's case against the non-acknowledgement. Yehuphra inhabits the land of Hoshea, Ahid. The word of Yahweh, O sons of Israel, as a contention of Yahweh exists against the inhabitants of the land. As there is no fruitfulness, there is no kindness, and there is no acknowledgement of the mighty ones in the land, they have broken out cursing. Now this is like repeating itself. I've already read that. I think it must be up to here, eh? So I swear I've already read all that. It sounds like I'm repeating. Anointed the lie comes before Yahushua. 2 Philippians 2, 1-11. So beseech you, our brothers, concerning the coming of Yahweh Yahushua, the deliverer, in our complete collection, on the same place to him, Mount Tishon, Yahuel 2:32, Disclosure 14:1. For you to not be quickly shaken out from your understanding, nor to be alarmed, neither by a spirit, nor by a word, nor by letter, as if it were from us, as through the day of Yahweh is next. Do not let anyone deceive you in any way, because that day shall be next, unless first the rebellion, Madiyahu, might have come, and the man of sin might have been revealed. Yochanan glad tidings 17:12, who is an adversary, even exalting himself above all called mighty ones, or objects of the worship, so as for him within the temple building of Yahweh to sit down as the power, making himself appear that he is the mighty one. Do not Daniel 36:37, 2 Corinthians 10:18, Jeremiah 11:5. Do ye not remember that when I yet was with you, I said these things to you, and now ye understand that which restrains from him Yahweh to be revealed in his own season. For the secret of the wicked trouble, lawlessness, is already working, only in its restraining presently, until from the midst he shall have been made. And then the wicked trouble, Ha'on, will be revealed, whom Yahweh Yahushua will take away with the breath of his mouth. Yahweh, yeah. And render entirely idle by the sign above empathy of his coming, to where he is the one coming according to the operation of adversary, within all the force and the signs and wonders of the lie, and within every deception of the wickedness among the ones that are being exterminated. Hosea 9:7, Matthew 7:13, Yeshayahu 10:21-23, which is in the place of the affectionate love of the truth they did not accept for them to be rescued. So through permitting this thing, Yahweh will send to them an operation of fraudulence for them to believe in the lie. Footnotes from above passage. The remnant on the 144,000 are all that are going to remain alive of Israel. Thus it is a complete collection, the General Assembly. Sixth seal, Thessalonians knew this event happens before the first resurrection of the last trump, but they did not have Yochanan disclosure to know the time frame of events. Ivrit Faber, or the Pesha, means a revolt breaking away from just authority, apostasy, a Greek term. Ignorance is not rebellion, but in these last days, as we are spreading the truth, the Christians' general refusal to return to it is a rebellion. Yochanan glad tidings identifies the son of the Bedician as Yehuphah, the man of his city. Yeshish Kuyafo, or traditionally Judas. This co-citizenship was a material maneuver to try to apply Songs 87 in order to minimize those sons of Apham bound for the lake of fire. His life, self, nefesh, and spirit is to be recycled into the clone anointed of the lie and made into the image made to the beast. Strong's 0205 Arwen, found to mean vain, effort, trouble, and wicked iniquity. This is found frequently as the workers of, and is not so secret. It is the impostor. It is making the Greek translation is anomia, which besides lawlessness also means anarchy. This is cloned and birthed again. See Disclosure chapter 13 in comments. Strong's 0206, the vain effort of iniquity, replace the truth with the lie. This is the proper noun product of the workers of the wicked trouble, lawlessness. The wickedness will be exiled to Sona, and Babel will be rebuilt in its proper place for him. And Yeshua 37:7 repeats that the king of Ashur will hear a rumor and leave in exile to his own land, not destroyed at the moment. The smile of envy is seen at the man-made. What's this one? 12 in Disclosure chapter. In Disclosure chapter 17, mainly following the sixth seal, the empathy is the envoy having ascended from the rising of the luminary orb, having a seal of the living mighty ones. It shouts a harm monetarium in verse 3 and renders the beast and all its minions entirely ineffective until the moratorium is fully lifted at the sixth trumpet. The smile of envy is seen at the man-made rebuilt temple in Jerusalem in Ezekiel chapter 8, shortly before Yahushua, coming from the word in Greek is Strong's 3757, mistakenly for 3739 by translators. The former Strong's 437, anti the love for the lie, is opposite to and instead of the love for the truth, substituting it. Through any false name purporting to be the name of who we worship, is a lie. The main lie whose name was counted in Disclosure 13 is the Lord Exodus Christus, DCLXVI 666.